This next practice is called choosing decisively. It's a fire practice. It begins with opening to possibilities in your life, and then choosing one, just one. And then from there moving, this obviously comes from a sword cut movement, to commit. Commit to what you want. Remember the ground you stand on, and then release the power. Step into it. Notice how it feels. Was that a good choice? Take the consequences for a moment. And then you can decide if that was a good choice or not. Maybe you want to move into it or away from it. So choosing decisively. Sometimes it's really hard to do, to commit to certain things in our lives. And it's really hard to choose. You know, we live in a society of lots of choices. And, you know, it's really difficult sometimes if we don't know where we stand, what we care about. We make choices that sound good, but somehow it doesn't feel right, and it's really hard to gauge. So this brings choice into a whole self experience, using the wisdom and the resources of our bodies, not just our thinking and evaluating, which is really important, but connecting it to what we love, our heart, connecting it to our instinct, our gut, connecting to it, to the wisdom that's behind us, all around us, the ground we stand on. It comes from a practice of sword cutting. And of course, that's a beautiful metaphor. First of all, there's the swordsman who cuts 1,000 cuts a day. And you go, God, that must be boring. But the truth is, each cut is newer and better. Never wrong, always better. That's a practice. How do you make the practice alive each time you do it? So the task in this practice is to not just go through the motion, but to imbue it with intention. The intention is this. First, you open to possibilities in your life. What do you want to commit to? It doesn't have to be the thing you are going to commit to, but one thing. There's resources behind me, as we spoke in that last practice. You know, gather all the wisdom around me into this one commitment. Commit. Again, it's bringing the sword up for the cut. And a cut has to be sharp. The sharper the blade, the more beauty you can create in a kitchen with a knife. You get a dull blade, start cutting those tomatoes, you make a big mess pretty quick. You can create a lot of beauty with a sharp sword. So we cut away what we don't want in our lives, or what is not in deeper service to us, so we can make room for what it is that we want to bring in. And as we cut, we make a loud sound. Make your own sound. It's called in Aikido, this would be called a ki-ai. And it's really just like a yes. It's like, yeah. Have it come from your belly. Have it come from behind you. Have all that support you, fill you up from behind. Feel the ground you stand on, and then cut. It's really hard to do. That's why this is a practice, so you can get better at it. We often lose our ground in our choices, and we often forget that we are not alone. So remembering all that as we make our move, and then we step into that and accept the feelings and the consequences that come up around it. Just stand there, accept it for a moment, see how it feels. Your emotions tell you what you care about. By listening to them, they'll let you know if that's a good choice. And then relax and breathe.